we're waiting on.
All right, I did my final project on one of our fields. My dad had a question. You know, every year we try something new to see if that gain us any money. So anyway, well, this year we tried applying some micronutrients and a second pass of urea, which is nitrogen, to cornfield. So anyway, the objectives of my project was to compare the yields per management zone and by the soil type, analyze the maps, and to decide whether or not the micronutrients actually paid off. This is the actual map that Effingham Clay makes for us. This is all the information my dad received from them. But as you can see, the north zone, it had a side dress application of urea and micronutrients. The central zone had just a side dress application of urea, and the south zone didn't have either or. And you can see the darker green spots are higher yield points. So as you can see, the south zone, you can definitely tell where the lines are. Oh, and I actually I show the average up here of each zone, and I compared the north and the central zone. The difference was 3.32 bushels average difference. This is the same map, but I compared the central and the southern zones. There's 14.9 bushels difference on average between here and here. This is the soil map. I actually had to get on NRCS website and download this map. Then I had to take our field boundaries and actually flip this out of the whole county map. This is only 40 acres field. This is a map of the Blueford silt loam, which you can see that this soil type pretty well dominates the field. But breaking it down from the north, central, and the southern, you see that the north had a 228 bushel average, the central had 217, and the southern had 201. So between the north and the central, the north had the micronutrients, you gain 10.72 bushels per acre. This is the same map again, but it's showing the difference between the central and the southern, which is we gain 16.15 bushels just by putting on the urea. This is Newberry silt loam, which this is only like 0.31 acres total, so I zoomed in on it. But it's only in the central and the southern zone. So by adding urea, we actually gained 29.12 bushels, which is quite a bit. This is another soil type, the Wynoo's-Huey, which is actually the second largest soil type in the field. As you can see, I have the averages over here again. Between the north and the central, there was 6.15 bushels, so that's what we gained off the micronutrients. Between central and the southern, there's 2.55 bushels difference. On this table, I just took, these are all the averages of the soil types. So this is the north zone, this is the central, and this is the southern. And in this table, I took the yields and multiplied them by 5, which corn's actually a lot higher than that, but this helps put into perspective, I mean, as far as money. This is the comparison. These numbers actually, in the Blueford, you actually gain $138.60 over the southern zone. And in Y-News, you gain 48.65 bushel, or $48.65 over the central, or the southern. Here's the central. This is that 0.31 acres that we have, and that was 29 bushels. It come out to $145.60. The Blueford was at 83, and the Y-News Huey was at $17.90. This is the difference between the north and the central zones. So actually, in the Blueford Darmstadt, we gained $54.70 by applying the nutrients. And in the Y-News Huey, we gained $30.75. In this table, I added the urea and the micronutrients. I actually took those off from these numbers. So we came up with $86.60 is the total of what we actually gained by applying that. And Y-News Huey, we actually lost $3.35 per acre. In the central zone, we actually gained $100.60. In the Blueford, gained us $38.90, and then the Y-News Huey, we lost $27.10. So in this column, this is the difference. This would actually be telling us what the micronutrients have gained us. For the Blueford, we actually gained $47.70 by using the micronutrients. And in the Y-News Huey, we actually gained $23.75 by applying the micronutrients. Really based on my analysis, the micronutrients would be a better pick over the urea for the return on our investment. So I don't know. This helped for next year. Every year we have to prepay our fertilizer, and this actually helped us for next year because my dad was actually already bought all the urea to apply the second pass, but now he changed his mind, I guess. It shows how much he can save by actually putting it on. So that's pretty well all I have.